And this one is right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Everyone's got 4 down. 15. Set. Line, 80. Double. 15, yeah.
On first down, it's Smith. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Here we go. 46.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. But he's got it to Hearns. Dak finding the former Jag Hearns for the Dallas first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Prescott now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10.
It's coming now.
They'll throw again. Prescott. That is incomplete. Quentin Dunbar right there on the coverage.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And again, it's Prescott. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Looked like he tried it all there, tried to use some physicality, right? Tried to use some footwork, some head fakes, but he was covered the entire way. Dogged in every step. That forced the incompletion. No separation at the end of the route.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They go play action here on first down. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Jonathan Allen breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. A second down throw for Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Here we go, 46. Then we're going to 53.
Now Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Here we go, 47.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. The 40, 20, 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And out now come the Cowboys. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And his throw is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
47. Here we go. 46, 46. 26.
To throw is Prescott. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a first down. A give to Elliott. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
46. Swing of the field, right. Right, 46. 26.
Prescott from the gun, and that's incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Prescott from the gun on third, and this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll throw again from their own end zone. And he goes down, and it's in the end zone. Smith goes down in that end zone. That is a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
46.
A first down throw for Prescott. He's going to walk one. Deep left. He's got a man. Complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. They give him a gain of 38.
Here we go, 47. Then we're going to 53. 26.
This is Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there. And now second. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth.
Good.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Prescott now on second down. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He sets to fire, and that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard. Prescott now. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Preston Smith in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Quentin Dunbar right there on the coverage.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Redskins. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Smith. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Smith. Eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. David Irving. In there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Tenth carry now for Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, line 8. Gun. Hey, we're going right there. 26.
Here's Prescott. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Here we go, line 8. It's coming now.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So that'll back them up 5. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. As they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Then we're going to 53.
Prescott to throw this time. A dump off to Elliott. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Throwing here, Prescott. They go with the screen. It's Yeldon. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Prescott to throw. And he's got it to Hearns. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Cowboys, the win moves them up on the year. And they'll head back home next week.